Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. As everyone has heard by now, yesterday morning, we got word that the SEC has decided to drop its appeal against Ripple, which frankly is not any surprise if you've been paying attention the last several months, since Donald J. Trump has been re-elected as president for his second term. He has decided that the war on crypto is over, and oh yes indeed, he is following through to even a greater degree than what I had hoped for. I was optimistic. He is following through to a greater degree, dropping every damn assault against crypto that he can find, including this one, the one that impacts us, XRP specifically. And of course, XRP as a result, not surprisingly, even though XRP, yes, already had legal clarity, it did jump. Jumped about 25 cents in very short order, and it's fallen back a little bit since then. It's currently at $2.45. So, you know, the market's still within a certain range. It's been nice over the last 24 hours to see, frankly, the entire asset class kind of trend to the upside just a little bit here. Doesn't mean we're necessarily out of the woods, but still, the best is yet ahead. In fact, I'm going to share with you perspective from a number of chart analysts, including at least a few in this video, this latest Moon Lambo hot to jam, who are insisting that XRP is going to blast through $10. In fact, one of these analysts says that XRP is going to exceed $10 within the next 2 months. Now that, look, we are already on the path at a point where this is very obviously incredibly life-changing for so many people. If you're talking about even from this point, a minimum of a fourfold increase. I know that, look, I know so many of you have been here for a number of years and bought at much lower prices, meaning that even just a fourfold from this price is way more than a fourfold increase for you. And that's true for me also. I will not be surprised if that is indeed what comes to pass. And maybe some of these analysts that are talking about more like $20 to $30, that is not out of the question. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. By the way, take a look at your screen. This is where I'm sitting right now. So I shared this post, gosh, it's been almost 3 hours. Damn. What the hell have I been doing? So I posted this at 11:05 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. It's now 1:48 a.m. Central. I am out on the road, traveling halfway, roughly, almost halfway, across the continental U.S. to go to a wedding. And I'm driving. I am driving. And it's a long trek, so I'm taking a couple stops along the way here. But even so, wasn't going to not talk about crypto along the way. Well, especially with the developments that have been happening. I just, like, I knew that I was going to be out of town this period of time. For honestly, it's probably going to be about a week because there's a bunch of activities that are going on. And I was just like, I knew this several months ago. And I was like, that is when, if history is to rhyme, things might be heating up. Not that I know for sure that this is when something hot might happen. It just happens to be the case that the SEC v. Ripple case, the appeal anyway, decided to go away at this moment. But I was like, oh my God. So I went ahead and decided to pack up some product here and trek halfway across the country. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the screen, the way it's displaying, there's a chance that it looks different. If you thought that might be the case, yes, you are indeed correct. The resolution, or at least the way it's blown up, something is a little bit off. I am certainly aware that I don't normally record on this. Normally, I record on a desktop PC on my 4K 27-inch monitor at home. This is my little laptop here, but hey, you know what? It works. It works. And I got a little to-go Blue Yeti microphone here. It's working out. But also wanted to mention, I don't know how long this is going to take to upload. I have recorded videos on the road in years past, and I'll just tell you, the Wi-Fi at hotels, it's fine for browsing, but when you're talking about uploading a video like this, it can take a really long time. So I don't know when I'm going to get this uploaded. And now it's 1:50 a.m. Central Time. So by the time I get this uploaded and you're watching, I can't make any promises. I always try, if it's something that's time sensitive, I try to get it up as quickly as possible. So specifically, if I'm making a video where it has to do with like market activity and stuff, I aim to. Here, we'll just see what the hotel Wi-Fi allows. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you in case anybody's curious. But market's going to go up. You know, yesterday I was talking about in one of my videos how, and I can't remember which analyst was covering this, but there have been a number of them, but specifically yesterday there was an analyst who was highlighting how global liquidity, M2 money supply specifically, it was increasing. And I'll just say this, there are so many analysts out there that have been around for more than 5 seconds, and I just find that those analysts that have been around for a while, they recognize this correlation. And I understand that correlation doesn't always mean causation, but in this case, I think it does. I actually really think it does. There's a strong correlation between global liquidity and the price of Bitcoin going up, and as a result, altcoin season's happening. All of this. And so, although I can't recall off the top of my head which analyst I was highlighted in the video just about 24 hours ago, Mikey Bull Crypto is talking about this as well. And so here is the Global Liquidity Index, and he simply wrote, the Global Liquidity Index has broken into an all-time high. Bitcoin is going to follow soon, probably. Okay, so I can respect that he's not making a promise. Responsible, precise, that's fine. But just so you know, Bitcoin has correlated for years and years and years and years. I don't think this time is different. So even if you're not that excited about Bitcoin, fair enough. But history rhymes with itself, and if Bitcoin indeed does break to the upside, you can absolutely expect that altcoins are going to follow. That's the reason I'm most interested in this. I'm way more curious about where my alts are going to peak this cycle rather than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been through the best that it's going to go through for the cycle. It just has. Even if it doubles in price. Oh, a 2x from here? Whoop-de-doo. You think XRP can't do a 2x if Bitcoin does a 2x? Come on. And if Bitcoin doesn't, fine, we're all screwed then because the asset class moves in tandem, but I just don't think that's the case. Global liquidity is increasing. People got to put those funds somewhere. So risk assets. The more money people have, the more money they're willing to risk. So risk on assets. They get the benefit. That's just how it is. Stocks and cryptocurrencies. Here's a post from chart analyst Malleus. And just hang with me. We'll get to the XRP specific stuff. I've got plenty of that. But hang with me here because I kind of want to just set the table because everything is so freaking primed. That's why I'm covering this stuff first, even though I'm like you. I'm most interested in XRP, most excited for that. But be aware of this stuff. Check this out. So this is from chart analyst Malleus. I started following this guy just within the last few months. And he just seems like a sharp dude. And from what I've seen so far, he just makes sense. So check this out. He says USDT dominance, so of course that's Tether dominance. He says now speaking in favor of crypto bulls, rejecting on the higher time frame resistance on the price and RSI, as well as 200 SMA. Okay, the reason that matters is, and so if you're looking at the chart, you can see, so there was an increase recently in the amount of funds, or the dominance rather, in terms of Tether's market share. But if it's rejecting off of a specific trend line, and if that continues, that's important because that means that those funds are being deployed. Where are they being deployed? Well, from this historical perspective, other coins that aren't stable coins. That's why it matters. That's exactly why it matters. So that's another thing that you can look at. Now, mind you, nothing that I'm sharing with you is like the smoking gun, so to speak. But if you take a look at everything, all these metrics, and the confluence of everything, it just screams, hey, shit's about to get more crazy. Take a look at this post. This is from chart analyst Mustache. This is a market cap Bitcoin dominance percentage chart telling a similar story here. Look at this. He wrote, hashtag altcoins, just wanted to let you know that the 4-month rising wedge of Bitcoin dominance has broken out to the downside. You almost don't dare say it anymore, but alt season around the corner? Right, and so we don't know exactly what day things are going to go completely bananas, but, you know, he shared this schematic of a rising wedges chart patterns, because it can go a couple different ways. But the point is, with what he's seen right now and where it just rejected from, if Bitcoin dominance goes down, what do you think that means? Well, if the percentage of Bitcoin's dominance in the market is going down, then what's going up? Something else, right? Yes, altcoins, which would make sense. The dominance goes down, And the reason that the percentages can change so dramatically, even if the price of Bitcoin is going up, is because there's so little money in altcoins. It does not take much money flowing into the altcoins to get a crazy percentage gain compared to Bitcoin. That's why the percentages shift so dramatically, even if the price of Bitcoin continues to go up. That's the exciting part. Do you see the confluence? This is why I keep highlighting this stuff. Now, here's a post from chart analyst Credible Crypto. This is a Bitcoin USD chart. And this is just this evening, 7:15 p.m. Central Time. And he wrote, "We're at a key inflection point around this region, but since we went up to tag it before, going down to range lows, this is a good sign. It increases the odds that if we reject here, but hold range lows, the next move up will be expansion and a true breakout through not just this level, but the original supply zone above in red that we rejected from. And so all eyes on this key zone for now." And so key takeaway from this, even if we do move to the downside, and that's an if, it doesn't mean we're, so he seems to think it's less probable at this point. Even if we do, this would be within norms. This would be within the range of volatility that we live in at this moment. We will not always live within this range. This range will torture some people, though. It absolutely is. And I've seen so many ranges at so many different price points for so many different coins, but it emotionally does the same thing to people every single freaking time. Rinse and repeat, my friends. The point is, this is normal. Nothing's bad, even if we go lower. Now, here's what he had to say about XRP, though. Now, check this out. And he is warning there's a chance we could go lower, which, by the way, he would be excited for because he'd take advantage of that. He thinks we go way higher, so don't think he's some sort of negative Nancy about this. No. He has been an XRP bull for the better part of a decade. So check out what he had to share. And this is an XRP USD chart. He said, "This is still the game plan for XRP, by the way. If we don't get it, we don't get it. And we ride spot to double digits regardless." And so what he's talking about here, for those of you not looking, I'll just briefly describe it here, is XRP price action potentially developing to a low of maybe somewhere around the area of like $1.60, but then going upwards, and this is the relative short term, we're talking within the next couple months here, up to perhaps, new all-time high territory. And we already hit one January 16th, but like another one. And so what he's saying here is, regardless of what happens in the short term, he insists, and he's sending the same message here right in this post, double-digit price action is happening regardless. It doesn't matter. And that's why I keep sharing with you this message about ranges. I know it destroys people emotionally, and it breaks the will of people and the confidence of people. You go from high to low and high to low, and it takes a long time. I get it. I understand. And the impatience. I understand what comes with this. I've seen it all for the last 7 years. Everything the markets had to offer over that time period. And he is too. And that's why he's saying, like, this is normal. This is what markets do. They test you, and a bunch of people do fade, and that's why this works. Most people aren't going to get their riches. Doesn't mean you can't. The opportunity's real. It actually is there. And so he's just saying, hey, double-digit price action for XRP comes regardless, right? And so he says, but I'm not interested in jumping into fresh longs mid-range, hoping people choose to fade this push so we get what could be a fantastic opportunity. And so he would love to see it lower for the purposes of trading, because he does trade. Worth mentioning, though, the vast majority of his wealth in crypto, he said this publicly, he hodls. So he's a trader, and that's fine if he wants to do that. I think it's bad for most people. He is actually good at this. I consider myself a regular person. I've never tried to do that. I don't want to. I don't know if I'd be good at it or not. I don't care. I know that hodling works, and I just win that way, and I don't want that activity in my life anyway. I just don't want it. And so I think that so many people get caught up in trying to time markets, get in and out, and they're so smart. They know better than the rest of the market. They're going to sell now and buy in cheaper, this crap. That's how you get burnt. That's what people who don't know things about how markets work and psychology, those are the people that fail. Those are the behaviors they engage in here. But so just understand, even though he's trading, he's a hodler. He's a long-term guy. Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A., and he's talking about XRP here. Sub 50-cent XRP were lawsuit prices. $2 and above are legal clarity prices, and soon $2 will be considered a dream entry. Okay, That is true. I've thought about that quite a bit, honestly, and I'm willing to bet that a number of you have as well. The fact that XRP for so long was around 50 cents, that was artificial. It would not have stayed there for so. It wouldn't even been there, frankly. XRP would have pumped to a new all-time high last cycle. Let's be real, okay? It would have. It's the only top 10 coin that didn't. It's the only one that was being attacked by the United States government. So, coincidence? I don't think so. So, sub 50 cent XRP lawsuit prices? Yes. Artificial suppression. Now, the good news is, even though, so it's a silver lining type of thing. It's disgusting that happened in the first place. It harms so many XRP holders. We're all furious about that. But if you want to talk silver lining, okay, talk silver lining. It did provide for a somewhat long period of time an opportunity for people who recognize the opportunity to buy it way cheaper. But the market is getting smarter and catching up now that there's legal clarity. And now that the United States is absolutely pro-crypto. It's still early, that's the cool thing. So for those who hold long enough, if we are right about XRP and if it's going to persist, and nobody can know the future, like I don't, I'm just telling you. But I have my convictions. And I'm just saying, if we're right, and XRP is still here and thriving a decade from now, $2 is going to look dirt freaking cheap, don't you think? I do. Take a look at this post from Leb Crypto. XRP weekly bull flag, combined with Elliott waves and Fibonacci time analysis, puts it at $10 by mid-May. Okay, like I've said it a million times, anytime an analyst talks about, makes a prediction, time-wise, I get a little queasy, I get a little nervous, because nobody can consistently predict that. And no matter who says that, I'm always going to put that qualifier on there because I just know that's true. I don't mind if people want to make bets on that. That's fine. Leb Crypto is one of the guys that did believe that XRP for years and years and years, like ultimately would hit a new all-time high. He was correct here. I won't be surprised if this cycle XRP hits $10. I don't make price predictions, so I don't know if it will. But that wouldn't surprise me if it happens. But when you're talking about inside of 2 months, maybe. See, that's the thing, though. Like, history's rhyming with itself so far. If it continues to do so, that doesn't sound crazy at all. $10 within that time. A lot can happen inside of 2 months in crypto, especially in a bull market. So he could be right. All I'm saying is that, it's a risky thing to stay. Like, it just is, because nobody can consistently do that. So he has his conviction. That's fine. It's not that somebody's wrong or stupid or bad for saying that. I'm just telling you my opinion. Like, this is my natural response when I see any analyst predict a specific time period. So I think it can come, and given that we're at this part of the bull cycle, fine. Not crazy. But a little risky, because I'll tell you what, the internet's going to yell at you if you're wrong. I'm just saying. I mean, in terms of the time. Yeah. But I won't be surprised if it comes regardless here. And I do appreciate the optimism, trust me, because it's my largest crypto holding by a lot. He's not the only one that's talking about this, though. Here's another popular XRP chart analyst Bark, with 221,000 followers. XRP is about to teleport to $10. You've been warned. And so, look, the conviction is strong from analysts who have been here for a while and have been paying attention. It's very difficult to find analysts who don't think XRP will continue to do well if the crypto market on the whole goes up. It's very hard to find those people. Here's a post from chart analyst Steph is Crypto. XRP buy signal flashing on the weekly. Send us to $10 plus. Fire emoji. Look, I don't know when this is going to happen, if it's going to happen. It's not crazy. That's the cool thing about this. This is not fantasy land stuff. And right now, if you're listening right now, in March of 2025, I know some of you are new, in which case, welcome to the party, but I also know that most of you have been here for a while. So many of you have been here for years and years and years, and you have a low entry price. Whether it's $1 or 75 cents or 50 cents or 25 cents, which is my entry price, and some of you even lower than me, and to which I say congratulations. Well deserved. You've stayed the course. You've had your conviction. The market's rewarding us right now because we've been right. So we'll see how long it takes here, but yeah, the idea of getting up to these levels, we'll find out together whether or not it happens this cycle. It is not crazy from a historical perspective. Coins have had these types of jumps, even factoring in how much money is already in them. Even factoring in what the market cap is. And I understand that the market cap, of course, is not an indication of how much money flowed in, but still, it's how people rank cryptos. It's still worth looking at. It's just an exciting time to be an XRP holder. The best is yet ahead. So I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I'm going to try and upload this thing. Maybe you'll see it by like July. I don't know how long it's going to work this hotel. Like, it really burns my biscuits trying to upload videos at hotels. I should have made this shorter. I just should have made it. I should have been like 5 minutes. I'm just in and out. That's it. That's what she said. But, you know, maybe that would have worked. Maybe that would have worked. So we'll see. Or maybe I'll get surprised and it uploads quickly. I'm not counting on that, though. We'll see what happens. Either way, thanks for hanging around. You guys are fantastic. I'll be talking to you. I'll be here over the next week. As far as consistency here, I'm actually aiming to do some stuff, ideally every day. Could be a little bit less output, but, you know, on the road here. Regardless, I appreciate you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.